So I've been going down quite the rabbit hole lately of John Milwaukee and Blacktail Studios videos, just watching them build absolutely amazing things. And it really gave me the bug to pull out some of the tools and maybe start building something here in the garage. Trying to get rid of my storage unit, which I just did a video on recently talking about how excited I was to get some more storage space, but I'm already getting tired of paying for the storage fees. Now I've struggled with a long time here actually not having a very large garage. This is about 18 by 20. I took to the Remarkable. This is by far my favorite device. I'm actually going to do a review on this. One of my biggest trolls says that I actually never do enough gadgets on this channel and that I'm always focused on the gear side of things. That troll happens to be a friend of my daughter's, an 8-year-old boy named Owen.
They're kids! Hello, how are you? We're gonna take the long way home.
I'm going to do a gadget video. It's coming up soon. I just laid down, started dreaming up some ideas. When you're limited on space, the best thing to do is to build up. I'm trying to get some of this stuff here, mainly some of this Packout stuff, which I love to use for organizing miscellaneous stuff. This is stuff for the sprinklers. I want to actually get these possibly up on the shelves up here, so I can actually bring some of the stuff that we have in the storage unit back over here. Some Christmas decorations, things like that. So I'm gonna head over to Lowe's, grab all the materials to start framing this thing up, and we'll get to it. So I messed around with this for the better part of the day yesterday because this wall in this corner is not even remotely square. Like on the back end here, I'm like 36 1/8, and then up here, 36 1/2 to get this thing squared up because this corner is just kind of all over the place. I mean, you can even see like the 2x up against the wall is just not flush. With that, I kind of had to just frame it piece by piece as opposed to trying to frame it all as kind of one unit. Everything is lag bolted to the wall, and then these uprights here are kind of designed to hold whatever weight's going to be on the shelf. These are actually here just in case I want to finish anything later. And then I took some time to think about what I want to do with these shelves over here. Originally, I was going to go with some Craftsman cabinets, which are only 12 inches deep. 2 of them would have cost me $258. 3 of them would have cost me $387 to go all the way across if I had not done this frame out for the fridge, and I would have had way less storage space. So basically I would have spent $400 after taxes on cabinets. Right now I am $160 in materials down. Enough talking, let's get back to work. What I ended up doing was framing this in, but I actually cut in some vent holes here, bottom and top. This is a garage rated fridge, so it's rated to 110 degrees. This garage does get a couple degrees warmer than that, and I just wanted to give this fridge the best chance of being able to breathe. Obviously, it's gonna get warmer back there. There is a little bit of room up here, but I wanted to make sure that there was kind of some airflow top and bottom. Not sure if it'll make a difference, but I thought it would be a good idea. Also, that gave me an excuse to go out and buy a new jigsaw, which I've actually put away. Now, what I'm gonna do here is frame this out with, I was gonna do 2x4s, but I wanna be able to get 2 of these totes in horizontally. I did the math, and in order to be able to hit this height here, kind of at the lowest point to attach into this 2x, I wanted to go with a 1x3, which will actually drop it down just a little bit and give me basically that extra 1/2 inch, which will help out quite a bit.
That's what she said!
Please.
There he is.
Please.
Mwah!
It's also gonna be reinforced at the ceiling. So I think a 1x3 will be enough for that. And I think I actually might frame up a shelf to get rid of those rickety Craftsman. I don't really like that setup there with that slat wall thing that they have. It works great for hanging tools, but those shelves are just really kind of chintzy, and I'm always afraid that stuff's gonna fall on my wife's car. I might build in another shelf in the back here, not sure, but we'll see, probably will. So we'll get to kind of figuring this stuff out. trim out around the fridge just to kind of dress it up a little bit, and then I think the rest will leave as is. So I've been at this for a few days. I've got a couple more shelves to build. I'm going to do a couple shelves up behind these rails for the garage door for a couple things that I don't need all the time. Sawhorses, the table saw stand, all of that stuff can get tucked up conveniently in that space that is basically just dead space. And then over here, I actually have a 12 by 12 tent for outside that I use if I'm going to be wrenching on the truck for the day and it's going to be hot. This garage has southern exposure here in Phoenix. Gets really hot, so it is nice to have a tent outside of the door also to help keep the sun out of the garage. I've got this all set up, all the Milwaukee Packout stuff up here, which is great. I was actually wondering if I should take this shelf out, which I'm going to because I used to have those crappy shelves there. This is just so much better. It's deeper. These brackets, I actually ordered these off Amazon, and I'll link them in the description down below. I'm super happy about these things. These are the 9-inch brackets that are going to go up here, but the larger brackets, these are 16-inch brackets for these shelves, and I'm going to run one right here also, and then get some paint done. But otherwise, this turned out really well. I actually ordered this little small parts organizer off Amazon, which worked out really well. I tend to have a bunch of crap. Like, I don't want to necessarily always put stuff like that in like a pack out container. There's just little kind of odds and ends things from projects that I get into. And it's nice to have that stuff kind of buttoned up here. I actually repurposed one of these shelves and cut it down specifically for the owner's manual of or the maintenance manual for my motorcycle. And then just other things too, like the lift kit or the Rabicon tire changer. Just a nice little manual shelf. I think I'm going to get to the point where I can get out of that storage unit completely, and that was the goal. So I need to go and buy some 2x10s because that's all I'm going to do for the storage on the backside of there. And then we'll get to wrapping this project up today if all goes well. Oh, wrong hole. Oops. All right, well, that project got a little more involved than I had anticipated, but I'm happy. I really took some time to get through this thing. That's all stuff that's up out of the way. I don't need it all that often. The real big victory was getting these packouts up here, up out of the way, out of the house, and it works out really well. I went totally ham on building shelves around the entire garage. The only thing I'm really not thrilled with is this right here. Unfortunately, to get the height out of that shelf to fit all that stuff, the top of the toolbox does hit that shelf, which does bother me, but I used to leave this open all the time, but I think I'm just going to close it because I used to have my Sonos speaker up there, but I did repurpose one of those shelves, the crappier shelves, to put that speaker on out here, and then I think I can just leave the toolbox closed. And the speaker is kind of in a better spot there anyways, spot for a couple little koozies.
A couple of beers is a revolutionary medicine that treats anxiety and depression fast. And within minutes of taking it, I'm back to my old self. Andrew! I love you, buddy. You're the best in the whole world.
Now, the whole intention of how I built this out was that when I'm in the garage, I'm okay with this looking like a garage because, well, that's what it is. But when I'm in the house, what I wanted to do was have this look as respectable as possible. When you open the door, you come out here, and you really don't see the shelves up top there, but I did do some trim work so that you kind of have like a nice finished look here. I didn't trim out the rest of the shelves, but I wanted the fridge kind of when you come around this corner to grab something for the house, open it up, there's all your stuff, and sort of have it look a little more finished from the house side and then not worry so much from the garage side. But we also did get a bunch of stuff, which this room is still a hot mess, but I was able to get all of the Christmas decorations and all that stuff out of the storage unit. Tree is up there. I need to go through some of these packouts, tidy this up a little bit, clean up some of the shoe area, and then probably just toss these empty totes up into the attic. But all in, super pumped with how this turned out. Thought it would be a fun video to throw together of just doing a little bit of garage organization. This is kind of my garage 2.0 setup. I've really done a lot of this stuff on a budget. None of this is sponsored. Everything in the garage here has just been tools and toolboxes and shelves, things that I've just added slowly over time. Even in this project, I went out and bought a jigsaw. So like every project I do, I like to just add some tool to my collection. And it's all part of kind of saving money. When you build stuff yourself, you get a better customized version of what you're looking for. And it also gives you a chance to buy some tools. And that's kind of how I've built out everything I have here, is just any chance I get to pick up a tool, I'll grab one. I'm always hunting for sales at Home Depot. This is one that I just bought recently that I really don't need, but a tool that I've been eyeing up is this light here, because I have a really hard time lighting up when I'm doing projects inside the truck, wiring, things like that, and I wanted a better light for those kinds of things, so I did pick up the Milwaukee engine bay light, and I will use that too. So I just like to pick up these tools as time goes on, and as you get older, you just start having more stuff, and that's kind of part of how I build out what I have here. So this has all been bootstrapped. A lot of this stuff I'm also able to buy because of the YouTube channel, and I want to thank you guys for that as well. So with all that said, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Stay tuned, because I think I might do a I bought a shed from Costco video also, but thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys next time.